is Rage, and as promised, this is the story of the Iceland Trip video, our tale, our glorious epic adventure in, Reykjavik. Better check yourself before you Reykjavik! Better wreck your better wreck your check before you fuck the lyrics. No. Okay, so basically I'm just going to be going to you what happened day to day, where we went to on the evenings, what we did during the day when it wasn't the convention, you know, just generally telling it like I'd tell someone who went, how was Iceland? What did you do there? So that's where it's going to go happening down, yes. Okay, so on the Wednesday is when we set off early in the morning to the airport, train to Manchester. For some reason I decided not to take loads of pictures of the airport because I'm not boring, hello. And the first thing we did was figure out that upon checking in, we actually have VIP tickets. Now what that means is we get to go into this beautiful VIP lounge and wait in total comfort for the plane to be ready. For us personally, it's all it's taken. No, but you know what I'm saying. And in this, you get like free alcohol, food, everything. You just get to sit in nice, comfy chairs, and generally, just you know, it's awesome. And then I did ask Hollow what he thought about this area, and he must have been liking it so much that he actually forgot what one means. Enjoy.
You want my little petal? Yeah.
Nick, sorry.
If you had to sum up your opinion of this lounge in one word, what would it be?
Shouldn't be.
That's more than one word.
Okay, so now that that's over with, there should be another quick video. There should be. By the way, I want to apologise in advance for the terrible photography that I am. I personally am terrible photography in the background while you're listening to this because, yeah, I kind of suck and the camera wasn't that good. But, you know, you get what you things. Good, awesome. So after the VIP lounge, which was rather good, we got on the plane. Upon getting on the plane, we realised, oh my god, we're actually in some sort of comfort class. I can't remember the name of it specifically, but basically what it involved was really, really nice, spacious seats with our own TV. We got free food, free drink. There's Hollow looking very, very seriously at his phone. There is some terrible news on that. And, you know, generally, that's going on. I, for some reason, tried my, I got a few videos off the thing as well. Hollow, I don't know what he's doing there, but there you go. That was the lovely plane. It was literally the best plane ride I've ever been on in my life. It flew by. We just watched a movie. Hollow watched Looper, and I watched Wedding Crashers, and that was that. We then arrived in Iceland, and I tried to take this picture of outside the bus, but all I got was a reflection and kind of, you know, derped out there. Okay, so after the short bus ride from the Reykjavik airport to the hotel, this was my hotel room. There's pictures, and for some reason the first one's blurry, but the others are fine. I don't know what's going on there. Let's just not question it. So, after the hotel room, we got ready and went straight to the first night's welcome dinner. The first night's welcome dinner was in a place called the Grill Macadam, and after Hollow got us lost for about half an hour trying to find it, we were literally walking in circles around the thing. I don't know why I kept letting him navigate places, because literally we got lost 100% of the time. Eventually we got there. We were the first to arrive 15 minutes early, because we cool like that, and it was, not kidding, one of the best meals I've ever eaten in my life, if not tied for best. The food there was amazing. As you can see from the videos and pictures in the background, basically we had the entire bottom floor rented out for, well, I say rented, just, you know, booked out for the people attending the convention. It was a gorgeous meal. We had 7 courses. It was whale, then fish, then duck salad, which was the best thing ever, and then lamb, and then pork, and then beef, and then the best dessert you've ever seen. I wish I could have taken pictures of the actual food, but believe me, it was gorgeous. And if you've never eaten whale, eat some whale. Whale is fantastic. Hollow thought it was beef, but that's because Hollow is not as cultured as... To be fair, we all kind of thought it was beef when we first ate it, but whale is absolutely gorgeous, though the duck salad was my favourite, and the dessert, of course, was lovely! Alright, so the next day was the first day of the convention, and I don't need to go over what happened at the convention, because I go over that in detail in my Paradox Day 1 and 2 convention videos, so, you know, I'm just going to go through various screenshots that I did of the opening speech, and the actual, you know, convention hall itself. In fact, what you're seeing now is the view from the Harper Center, which is the convention hall. You get this, like, lovely across the pier type thing, and then, you know, just more general things happening in the convention, images flying by faster than you don't even need, and then that is the view from that is the convention from outside. Looking at it, the hotel, again, Hollow looking very serious into his phone. That was a common theme throughout the whole trip. And yes, that's the convention centre. Our hotel was very close to it. That's another view from just outside the convention centre, and that is that. So after the first day of the convention, the evening meal was on an island. Now we went to get on this boat to go to the island, ferried us all the way over there. Now the only building on the island is the actual restaurant. Now the restaurant itself was again absolutely lovely, and there's a very blurry photo of us getting off the... What is wrong with me? So we get off the boat on the island going to the restaurant, and for some reason they felt the need to have some Vikings have a quick fight while we watched. Don't know what's up with that, but it was cool. They I think it was 2-1 to the guy with the on the right. That's what I think it was anyway. I was keeping track of their KD, don't worry about it. So after the Vikings finished kicking the hell out of each other, we went inside for what was a fantastic meal. It started with lobster soup, which was very nice. Hollow thought he was eating gravy. I don't know what to say, but it was lobster soup and it was lovely. I mean, just general picture of the inside of the... What is wrong with my photography? I'm just so bad. Half my pictures are fine and half of them are so blurry. For some reason they had like demon horns that we could put on. I don't know what's going on there. But after this lobster soup, it was this lovely like strips of, I think it was beef, but I'm not sure, as well as puff pastry in... potatoes in puff pastry, which was gorgeous, and then the dessert was like a chocolate brownie with ice cream and various things like that. And again, fantastic meals. I've never eaten as much... like consistently as nicely as I have while I'm in Iceland, nor have I drunk as consistently much as I have while in Iceland, seeing as every night we had as much free drink or whatever you wanted as possible. Literally everyone every evening got hammered by about 12 o'clock, and yes, fun was had. In fact, as you can see on the whole getting hammered front, if I just do this. Oh yeah, before I go into that actually, while we're at the airport, the Northern Lights came on. Now I would show you the Northern Lights, but as you can see, the picture I took of the Northern Lights just looked like I was taking a picture of that guy's head, and like, I'm a bald person, everybody look! It's pitch black, I realise, but I assure you, in person, I could see the Northern Lights, and they are magical, and that was really, really cool. Now here's what happened when Hollow drinks half a beer. He gets pretty damn drunk, and for the first time ever, doesn't look that serious. Look at that. I was a little bit, I don't know what he was doing with that. It was a little bit on the embarrassing side, especially you should see his dancing. Hollow cannot dance. It's, at one point, I don't know if it's because I'm drunk or not, but I was looking at the dance floor, contemplating whether I should strut in and make everyone look bad, and I literally noticed all the dancing, and I just burst out laughing, like, so consistently, and I don't know whether that's because we were really drunk at the time, but I know that's what happened, and it was brilliant. Okay, so the next morning, we wake up and go to breakfast for the first time. This was breakfast for the first time, you can see, and then that's the view of the convention centre from the hotel, so that's how close we were to it, and then followed the second day of the convention that I've told you about in the thing. Alright, so on the evening of the second day, we went to a the restaurant which was in the convention centre at the top. I only think I have one video of that, which I'm hopefully playing in the background right now. Basically, while there, the food was really nice, although it was only 2 courses for some reason, but it was really nice food. Again, I can't actually remember what it was, but I know it was nice. And basically, we got given some cognac, I think it was, and I was like, huh, cognac. And I downed mine, because I'm like that, and I regret that decision. It hit me like a brick wall, and yeah. And I tried to convince Hollow to do it, and he literally refused to down it, because he's a little bitch when it comes to liquor. Like, seriously, I mean, you can ask him, he cannot handle drink, like, at all. Whereas, for some reason, you wouldn't think so, but I just don't seem to be affected unless I really, really fucking go for it. In fact, talking for really fucking going for it, after that meal, we went to a sort of nightclub type bar type place where we had the bottom room just for our people, and we had bottle service all night. Now this is the funny thing, we arrived at that and I was like, Hollow, although I called him his real name at the time, you got a little bit too drunk last night. You asked me to tell you not to drink, so, you know, here it is. Don't go crazy, okay? You'll regret it. Chill on the drink. I see him again 3 hours later. Josh, I've drunk 5 glasses of vodka. What the fuck? And he regretted it later, as I did prophesize, and ended up, let's just say, spending a lot of time in the bathroom. I don't know. It's like my words of wisdom just fell on deaf ears that day. It really, really was. However, in fact, he went to the hotel about 1:30 because he wasn't feeling very well, and he went off, and I stayed till about 3:30 in the club, and that was fantastic. Eventually staggered home to the well, I didn't stagger, I don't get drunk, but I walked home to the hotel with the last few people. Yes, indeed. After doing... The upstairs of the room was just packed with Icelandic people, and it's crazy. Like, you couldn't... They were attempting to dance, but you had about 1 square foot of space, and therefore at most could move your head slightly from left to right. So that wasn't the best experience in the world, but the nightclub was really quite cool. Alright, so the next day was the convention had finished, and the next day was the tour of Iceland. Now, the tour of Iceland was great to start with, but basically in the morning we had to get up at 8 o'clock for the bus. Now, I'd gone to sleep at about 5 o'clock the previous night from the nightclub, and I was not feeling very good when we woke up, and I managed to get up, everything was cool, went to Hollow's room, I was like, it's time to go, and he was like, shit, just woke up! Again, I don't know how this happens, but it did. Every single morning I had to get him up. You know. But yes, we got on the bus and started the 7-hour tour of Iceland, which was fantastic. The first stop on the tour was a place where it was horizontal hailing. It was that bad, okay, while we were there, and it was really cool, because we went to this place with a view. I mean, you can see in the background the view, and the thing is, though, the wind was crazy up there, like 10 feet higher than ground level. The wind was just blasting, it was freezing, there was hail in your face, and it was just one of the worst and best experiences. In fact, here is some video clips of me and Hollow trying to record the thing, generally going, ah, while spinning the camera around in circles. I mean, you're probably only able to hear the wind, but yes, enjoy. Okay, so after the first stop at the, really magnificent view, we went to the waterfall. Now, the waterfall looked amazing, as you can see from the images in the background. It was just really, really spectacular. I've got some video clips of it that should be playing, but it looked like an absolute force of nature with ice everywhere, and then the pouring, and it just poured into a cavern, and it was such a cool place. In fact, this is the place. There was a restaurant just to the left of the waterfall on the hill. That is where we had lunch, and the whole thing was just really, really cool. And then after the waterfall and lunch, we went to the geyser field. Now, the geyser field was fantastic. Here's a shot of a geyser going like 30 feet in the air, blowing up like crazy, yo, and, various other screenshots. And I also, in the background, about now, is 2 shots of the geyser actually blowing up and exploding, which was fantastic in itself, being that close to it when it did that. Definitely something that needs visiting while you are in Iceland. And then, generally more pictures. Now, the highlight of the day came after that, when we visited the Blue Lagoon. Now, the Blue Lagoon is a massive natural lake that is boiling. It's like a giant bath, basically, but with loads of good minerals in and stuff, and it's just the most surreal alien environment. Like, if someone goes more than 20 feet away from you, they just disappear into, like, the steam and fog coming off the lake. And basically, all of us that were on the tour, we went in, got changed, went in the pool, and, well, I say pool, went in this natural lake that was boiling, and it was so surreal, because every part of you that wasn't in the water was freezing, and every part of you that was in the water was too warm, so it just was crazy. It really, really was. And that was fantastic. We spent about an hour and a half in there. It was one of the most relaxing things I've ever done. It was such a shame to actually have to leave. It really was. In fact, most of the time we played hunt for the warmest spot in the lake, and by God did we find it. It was ridiculous. And then there was also like a bar that you could swim up to and get drinks while you're in there as well. The whole thing was just fantastic. Unfortunately, literally while telling this is the only photo I got of it, because the water was like that blue. And I wish I could have got some videos, but obviously I couldn't take my camera into the water with me, because, knowing me, I'd probably break it. And then after that, we went to the final meal, which was at another hotel a bit further on. Unfortunately, I don't have any pictures or screenshots of that. It was, again, another, 6-course, really nice meal, and then I just have a few shots of us walking home the final night, getting ready to go to the hotel and go back to England at 5 o'clock the following morning. So, yes. And then that's just finally Reykjavik Airport on the departure side of things, and that's and that's all I have left to show you in terms of visuals. We spent the day travelling. We basically got a plane from Reykjavik to London, London to Manchester, train from Manchester to Leeds. Took a while to get home, about, I don't know, good good 12, 14 hours of travelling, but the whole thing was just fantastic, really worth it. If you guys have any questions about anything I've said or the experience in general, please just ask me in the comments. I'll be answering them for a while after this video goes up. I realise I've done it over quite fast, but I didn't want to dedicate like a video every day or something, because, you know, after all, this type of video isn't what I do on my channel, but I really did want to share this experience with you guys, and this is a general overview of the stuff that happened while we were there. But I've done this in quite a nice amount of time, but as I've said, if you've got any queries, just ask me in the comment, because it was a fantastic experience. It really, really was, and I hope to do more of this over the coming year, and just generally in the future. But yes, my name has been Rage. I will see you in the next video. I think that's about all I have to say, but yes, Iceland is definitely a place everyone should visit once. It's such a weird landscape, and just definitely I'll never forget that week in Reykjavik. But yeah, my name has been Rage. A goodbye.